What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media surfers? I'm your boy Josh with Texoma RC, and that is all new, all Tex. Let's go. SCX24 18-ish scale. Let's go. Check out the save skills, bruh. Skills. Come on, dude. So that was my bad at the top. The tires little slippy, could use to be washed. The range could use to be washed. Just super duper dry. Anyways, you just get used to being able to do savage things, and then it gets slippy and then you can't do it anymore. So there you go, dude. Freaking A. So this is an SCX24, but I'm gonna call it 18-ish scale. And so what are we running? This is the bare bones elite is what this is. This is SCX24 bare bones elite with the all new cage, dude. So this is the all new cage elite. If you didn't notice, the bare bones is inside, so it doesn't necessarily require, no, it absolutely is required to run it. So there you go, you got to run it. All right, dude, so we just got one pack. This isn't like set up and shoot. This is just one pack. I had no time. I just wanted to get a video out. I had to show this thing off. I wanted to drive so bad. Anyways, so we got this done. It's super late. Long story. Here we go, dude. This thing is so freaking amazing. Like, obviously, we're sliding and whatever. Watch what it does. Watch how it moves. I love this way more than the bare bones. Again, that's my bad. You have to watch that. So that right there is from going a little too fast over the top. So it hit a bump, broke the rear end from being, flexed out. And so then by going too fast over, it just popped up. So just by slowing down at that peak, making sure we crest over and it's still locked, we're good to go. So that was just my bad. Little things that, this is really, I have some experience on the SCX24 Elite, but on this, I mean, you're seeing most of my driving. I did a little bit of testing last night in the dark. It was rad. Super duper rad. So this right here, this is being such a big rig. The obstacles, all of a sudden, some of the ones that were, that you normally would go on with a shorty, this is a little bit different. So anyways, this is just tire struggles, not something, if I just wash the tires, it would walk up all of this. By the way, these tires, when they're washed and fresh and the range is clean, it's like freaking suction cups, dude. It's crazy. And so, like, I was talking to my buddy David, just talking to him. He's like, yeah, I don't wash my tires. And I was like, yeah, I probably really wouldn't normally either. But the problem is I'm doing testing and I'm showing off. And, this range is super steep. So, like, there's times where the tires get to be like ice. Like, coming around that corner, just slide down onto the deck every single time. You try to come over here and just slide down. Can't pull across. So, like, it's fine. You're like, okay, if everybody, if that's just the way it runs today, it's just the way it runs. But what if I'm testing, or if I'm trying to show off in something that's not, like you saw it do well before and now it doesn't work. I thought that was so cool, dude. Just ran up, it was so smooth. Oh my gosh, you missed the front tire set back down, but so dope, dude. Freaking so stoked on this. I hope you guys get stoked with me. So the cage is a multi-piece. It's going to require assembly. If you don't want it to assemble it, I will offer an option that I will assemble it for like maybe 20 bucks. It's nothing crazy. I will show how to do it. I will, try to get that done tomorrow, actually. We will get this all listed up. I've already made the corrections to this thing. I feel like it should be ready to go. So, dude, so freaking stoked on this thing. Oh my gosh, it just looks so rad. We're still rocking crazy colors. I will be changing out the links. By the way, I am working on all new pre-bald links. Pre-ball tech, bro. It's pre-ball tech from Tex. Dude, the only one bringing you pre-bald. You know what I'm saying? What is a pre-bald? It means the freaking balls come already in there, dude. Printed already. Ready to go. They offer extreme flex. Like, incredible flex is what they're going to offer. I'm just working on the durability. What I'm hoping will be the finals on the printer. I have them printed in gold. They'll be going on here, and they're printed in gold because gold is the snappiest of them all. And so if they work in gold, then they got to work in the other colors. Pretty much my reasoning behind that. So what we're gonna have to watch is the failure rate, like how many failures, how many ball joints get stuck and don't work. So far, I've had multiple sets that were 100%, and then had a few that weren't quite there. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't really know how I'm going to work that out, because I hate to be reprinting and reprinting all the time. So maybe I could have I don't know, dude. We'll figure it out, dude. But they're freaking rad. It's just one of those things. Instead of getting link balls, that's part of the option, or part of the reasoning for going to. Oh my gosh, you look so good. So that was part of the deal for making the pre-ball links, was sourcing link balls and whatever and this type of thing. But also it was just one of those things. The idea came up, and I was like, well, I think I could do that. It should work. So I started playing with it, and after trying it, so you're saving the time. You don't have to freaking assemble them, and they should offer extreme flex. So I don't have a set on here. The balls ended up being a lot bigger. The holes were bigger, so ended up snapping right around the hole on a couple. So we got those fixed, and that's what I'm saying. Look at this. Touching on both sides still. Freaking, lifted up in the back. Just absolutely phenomenal, bro. I don't know if you get off on that. I get off on that. That's freaking radical, dude. This is so fun. So, by the way, if you're interested in this thing, number one, this is a super belly, right? It's not like the other Elites. It doesn't have a ton of clearance. It's made to run like this. Don't plan on getting it and doing something else with it. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work. It's made to run like this. If you want to run this car the way that it is and learn how to drive it as it is, I recommend the car. If you want it to be something else, go buy something else. It's that simple. So I made this as to offer what I want to drive. This is what it is. This is what I want to drive. There will not be options in the holes. There's like maybe 1 or 2 holes instead of a ton of holes. So it's no-brainer tech, right? You just assemble the thing, you put it together, it's going to freaking work. If you just follow the deal, I will be doing build videos. I will be doing setup videos on this, because this actually takes a little bit of knowledge. This is not just an SCX24 kit or something like that. This is totally different. It takes a little bit of knowledge. This rig in itself has a learning curve. I don't care what skills you have, it will take its own learning curve to learn how to drive this. See how it's standing up, see how it's squatting down. There's times where you can use that to shorten your wheelbase and actually make a turn, or re-bite or whatever. And there's times it could be good, and then there's times where your rear just bites and flips you over. No good. So you just have to watch that, and you have to just pay attention, and sometimes it just gets crazy, and you just have to back up and reposition. So there you go, dude. This thing is just so This thing is made, by the way, to run a small can brushless motor only. If you want to try something else, you can try something else. It's made for that, and it's made for that only. It's possible that it could run like a Mofo or something like that, or an SMP or an ROP, but there's going to be potential cage clearance issues, and I have not tried that. I would not recommend it at this point. It was specifically designed for a micro Komodo or a nano BAM, nano beast, whatever, torque beast, nano beast. But I would recommend the nano BAM or a micro Komodo is what it's made for. So there you go, dude. Maybe I could look at making my own mount so that it just comes with that, because that's what it's going to be running. And that way it just looks as part of the whole deal. We'll see. That'd be pretty freaking cool. So right here, this is just my bad. You just let it go and you see what happens. So, but you got to balance that V. This is actually my second time. I took out the first time because I got kind of hung up and I just kept working and working and working. This is hella boring. So I went up over and worked the worked the differential on the rough peak all the way down and worked it all the way up there and then fell off. And it's like, after all that, dude, it's just not worth being on film. So we backed up, and so we were gonna try to balance the V. You really have to watch because, anyways, different traction on both sides. There's different hang-ups, and so it's just a certain spot that you have to find to make it keep it balanced. Anyways, obviously we fell in the hole. Obviously we had to back up, but you know what? That's part of rock crawling. It doesn't always go the way you wanted to. It's what are you gonna do now that you're effed? Can we get it? Dude, no freaking problem. Just stay with it. Think about where you need to be. Tire placement. Use your elbows, dude. This thing's so freaking fun, bro. And why does it have to be a belly? Because you're not going to do some of these crazy side maneuvers that it's made to do, right? It just won't do it. You cannot. I don't care how much weight you have. It's not going to do it.
Holy crap.
So this already, so right here, we're right at, nice save, bro. Right, we're right at 500 grams, just less, and 62% front weight bias. So just again, running down the parts list that are on here, I've got, we got brass diff covers, heavy front and rear. We have brass knuckles. We have the Mofo +4 U-joints, CVD, or the U-joint axles in the front. Check out the maneuvers. We're coming up on the end here. We have, that should be basically, oh, and overdrive. So that's basically it, plus the electronics, transmission, these type of things. The rest is just Texoma RC, dude. Freaking A, dude. Coming up on the end of the pack, bro. We were about to just get into the super duper savage section, just barely getting there. And then we ran out of pack. But, dude, there's always going to be a next video. So, you know what, dude? Rip till you freaking flip, homie.